Before the video actually goes any further, I'd like to get it out there that I do not tarnish all Celtic fans with the same brush and the same bad name whatsoever, just because of how a minority of the fans behave. Now, that being said, please keep that in mind, as this is not a witch hunt at Celtic fans whatsoever. So, getting into the headlines. A small minority of Celtic fans thought it would be a great idea to, from the top tier of the stadium, from the top tier of the stand, hang dolls which had a Rangers scarf and an orange scarf. I believe there was 2 dolls, if not 3. Now, above the hanging dolls, which in itself was enough of a horrific, atrocious sight, there was a banner which said, "This is it, boys, this is war." Now, the first thought that jumped to mind was that it was a dig at Chris Boyd's brother. Now, unfortunately and shockingly, Chris Boyd's brother decided to hang himself. So, with the extreme relevance of the hanging of dolls, it wasn't a surprise when people jumped to the conclusion that it was a dig at Chris Boyd's brother. Not only this, but also the timing was atrocious due to the fact that recently it has been Suicide Prevention Week. However, the whole dig at Chris Boyd idea was quickly proved to be wrong when people looked closer at the dolls and saw that the hands of the dolls were tied behind their back. Now, this was meant to indicate people being hung and not people hanging themselves. Perhaps this was a statement from Celtic fans saying that Rangers are dead and that we are indeed a new club, which is slightly plausible as it's the same sort of thing that they have been doing for 4 years or so. However, it all could be part of a bigger picture which would terrify me if this were to be true. Now, hatred between Celtic fans towards Rangers has actually been increasing rapidly lately. I don't know what they see of our fans, but I know what we see of theirs. Potentially this is all part of a bigger picture, due to the fact that there was a banner above the hanging dolls which said, "This is it, boys, this is war." Now, this could be a massive anti-Protestant statement. I think the sheer size of the sectarian divide has really taken over with a small amount of the Celtic fans. Having said this, I do actually sympathise with the honest Celtic fans that were watching the game. Picture that you're with your family enjoying the game, and then suddenly you see a flash above your head. You look up to find out what it is, and it is sex dolls which are being hung with Rangers memorabilia around them. That would absolutely ruin your day. Not only that, but also you'd be seriously worried that children were looking at it, etc. Because that is not the kind of thing that you want to see. That is not the kind of thing that you want young people to see. This is why I would say that the honest Celtic fans, and I think you could probably agree with me here, were actually victims in this also, as they had no way of taking it down, as they were a tier below. However, something has to change. As being a Rangers fan, you see all of the hatred that flows away towards Rangers, and it is quite insane. There's a lot of people that comment on Facebook posts nasty stuff about the Ibrox disaster, which just takes things out of perspective, because there's banter and then there's mocking the dead, and it just goes too far. And even so now, with the hanging of dolls, it's just so sinister, it's malicious, there's such intent behind it that I'd even go borderlines evil. But this hasn't all gone in vain. Rangers fans have started to notice and have stopped biting their tongues on it, particularly Club 1872. Now, Club 1872, if you don't know, is the largest supporters club for Rangers FC, and they are the club that matters. They talk directly with Rangers, they put input into what they want to see change within Rangers, and the output therefore is influenced by them. So if you're not part of Club 1872, make sure that you at least give them a look on their website, and if you feel like joining, then do. But to keep the balance right, I'm going to have to mention that Rangers fans did tear down a toilet ceiling and literally leave it utterly dismantled, as you can see on the screen. Once again, I'm going to say the same thing. It was just a minority of the fans. It was a stupid thing to do. I think they let the excitement and the sheer disappointment of the game get the better of them. And to be honest, you can't blame them for being angry, but you can blame them for doing this. I mean, this is way too far. Damage that is going to end up costing our club, which is currently famous for not having any money. Yeah, it's going to cost us money. So in hindsight, it was a stupid thing to do, but maybe it was a retaliation to all of the anti-Protestant and sectarian things that they saw occur on the day of the game. But I wouldn't put it down to that. I just say it was down to stupidity and anger at the time. At the end of what was a very difficult video to film for obvious reasons, I'm going to apologise in case I offended anyone, in which case I do apologise profoundly. Make sure that you subscribe to us on YouTube, like the video, and also check out Rangers fan page on Instagram, Blue Sea of Ibrox, on Facebook, and also our Twitter, which is here. It's @AllThingsJers. Links in the description down below. See you next time.